Oh, let me pause this. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay, this is the next part of the Bible study where we left off. You know, get to it.
I got it. It was running. It was.
No, you gotta keep it pulled up or it won't keep running. Not that. Let me stop time. Stop time. Okay, the next part about study, what was we reading? Just updating where we left off.
Well, I was at, let's see. For people will love only themselves.
Okay.
And their money. That's where I left off.
Okay.
They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful.
Wow.
They will consider nothing sacred. Nothing will be sacred.
Wow. So that's us too, right? Because God made
even
us
God's
sacred.
people, His true
Okay.
children.
Okay.
They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control.
Wow. Now, for those of you who may be new to this and never read the Bible, for a book to be over 2,000 years old, I mean, that's accurate. And even atheists would say, okay, that's accurate about people now. Lovers of themselves, love only money. They will scoff at spiritual, anything divine. You know, they will consider nothing sacred. And I just had to go back in on it, consider nothing sacred, and you can tell some of your experiences. But once we become new creature in God, once we receive Him as our Savior, we're considered sacred.
Mm-hmm.
We're considered priests of this earth. We're Christ's representatives. But have you ever had it happen to you where something happens and you wondering, is it my fault that this happened to me? Because I know God made me new. You know, is it my fault this happened? But really what it is, somebody that's living in sin, and this is not to judge whether you Christian or non-Christian, believer or non-believer, but just any situation, you are sacred. Once God has made you new, you are sacred. I'm sacred. She's sacred now. Not because we say so, because He says so. We meant so much to Him that He gave His only begotten Son. For whosoever will believe in Him, will love Him, will not perish but have everlasting life. So when somebody treats you as if you're not sacred, that could be rape, that could be when you're abused, when you're neglected, when you're rejected. When that happens, what's going on is you're experiencing what they talk about in 2 Timothy chapter 3. What they talk about, how they would consider nothing sacred. So it's not anything personal. You can live the best you can to be a Christian and will still have moments where you're treated as if you're nothing. Where you're treated by somebody, they make you feel like you're nobody, like you mean nothing to them. And that's just experiencing and living in the last days, and it's nothing personal. And I've experienced it, and I'm sure you have too, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, don't. Sometimes if I tell somebody something and I know it's coming from God, it's coming from my spirit, and they don't receive it, it's not me they're rejecting, it's God they're rejecting. They don't consider me sacred because they don't consider God sacred. And God says, whatever you do to the least of my followers, you're doing to me also. So, you know, it's just, it goes back to that. Okay, go ahead. And whatever stick out to you, just stop and we'll discuss it.
Okay. They will be cruel and hate what is good.
Wow.
Yeah, and really, it's just like when you are being exposed to false doctrine and teachings, like most people are, even some Christians, you know, they'll end up looking at things in reverse and view good as evil and evil as good. And that's how the world is set up for you to think that way, you know, to cause confusion and separation.
Exactly. You know what? That goes so deep with, you know, how you view good as bad and bad as good. It goes so deep. God was giving me colloquialisms or phrases that are often said, common slogans, common phrases. And a perfect example, you can go and buy this very, very exquisite, beautiful, fabulous pair of red pumps, for example.
Yeah.
And when people see them, the first thing they say, "Girl, this some bad shoes you got on."
Yeah.
And it's the exact example. And God, I'm gonna have to. If y'all interested in hearing that list, God gave me a long list of phrases that we say
Yeah.
that are the manifestation of what's going on in the supernatural realm, in the spiritual realm, and how we view what's bad good and what's good bad. And why call it bad?
Or even I love you to death.
Exactly. I love you to death. You know, it should be I love you to life. You know, and even get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
God says the love for money is root of all evil, not money. Money is not evil in itself, but the love for money is the root of all evil. So get rich or die trying thing. That's like from Satan itself. That right there, that's a bad thing to say. And another thing that stood out to me, you know, another thing that stood out to me was when people say kill yourself.
Yeah, I was thinking that one too.
And people saying on Facebook all the time, kill yourself 100 times, kill yourself with help. I even read that one. And I ain't gonna lie, I done said a lot of this stuff myself, so this ain't putting us on no pedestal or nothing, you know, like we ain't been wrong, because we have. But it's about noticing and recognizing that you've been wrong. That's the whole thing about why we talking about sin and how Judas recognized it. Why would you tell somebody to kill yourself?